Hello everyone, today we'll be having an overview on the financial aspects within NetSuite. So first things first, I'm logged in as the controller role, as you can see in the top right hand side here. On the left hand side we have our reminders, and your reminders are always personalizable to the end user's choice. So we can add specific reminders depending on what task we need to complete, and you can think of this as your checklist for the day, for the week, so we know what needs to be actioned on. At the very front here, we have our tells, which gives us quick access to certain reports such as a balance sheet, budget versus actual, or profit and loss, and also a trial balance. On the right hand side, you can see we have quite a few KPI meters here measuring different key performance indicators. You can always set these up however you see fit, and you can always personalize these as well. So I can set this up and add a certain threshold if I want. So let's just say I want to add 3 million. And click on save. You can see how that needle has now changed because I've added that threshold of 3 million. So you know at all points in time what's in the orange, what's in the green, and also what's in the red. You also have your navigation shortcut group, which gives you quick access to certain setups, master data, transactions, and also reports. On the left hand side, we've got comparative sales bar graph. We can change the comparison date depending on how we want it to be set up. We have our key performance indicators, which we'll talk about in a second here. But if we just keep going down, we also have our financial overview. So this is a KPI scorecard, which tracks our revenue, bank balance, EBITDA, gross profit. And once again, we've got those different date ranges that we can compare them by. And then at the very bottom, we have our weekly cash projection. This takes into consideration any open invoices, any open vendor bills, and it calculates it all for you and calculates your cash projection. If we go back to the top here around our key performance indicators, the good thing about this is, once again, you can add as much indicators as you want. You can add custom KPIs as well, depending on how you want it to be set up once again. And it's actually fully drillable. So if I actually open up maybe the expense report here, which will bring up my profit and loss, and also let's open up our receivable reports, which will bring up our AR agent for us. So our AR agent here, on the top, you can see your current open balance, your 30 days, 60, 90, and anything greater than 90. And at the very right hand side there, you have your total open balance from your customers. At the bottom here, you can change the date range. You can add predefined date ranges or have your own custom date range. And you can also change the aging options. So say, for example, if I want 5 bands of 15 days, I can do that. I can change it to weeks, months, or periods. And go click on OK and refresh. So now we can see we've got those 5 bands of 15 days. So now let's have a look at our income statement or profit and loss. So this is our income statement here. I'm going to change the date range for us to this fiscal year. Click on refresh. NetSuite is a multi-subsidiary system, meaning you can have as many subsidiaries as you want, and you can view it at a different hierarchy. It could be at the consolidated level or at the child level. You also have different columns that you can add, for example, segmentations. So if I want to look at this at a class column, I can see all my different classes here broken down for me. In our case here, let's have a look at the total. Along the bottom here, you have the ability to expand and collapse your rows here. You have the ability to export this as a bar graph, export it as an Excel, PDF, CSV, Word, and you also have the ability to print, email, and probably the coolest thing is to send out a scheduled email. So if you have a weekly financial meeting every Monday, we can schedule that out so it's every Monday at a certain time. And we can add who the recipients are as well and CC any additional recipients. Attach your message here on the right hand side and add any additional attachments if you ever need to as well. So let's cancel this. The good thing about the income statement here is it is fully drillable. So you have the ability to slice and dice and also drill down on certain accounts. So if I want to go to the 6 to 10 sales salary and wages, sorry, I can click on that and I can see what's making up that total amount. And from here, I can see all the different lists of journal entries that I have. And once again, from here, I can drill down even further and go to that journal entry if I need to. So I can see what's making up that 45,000. So let's open that up. And this is our journal entry. So directly from here, we can see, if we scroll down here, all the different accounts, what's getting debited, and also what's getting credited here at the very bottom, as you can see. You can also have your different segmentations, once again, department, class, location, directly from there. The good thing about the journal entries as well, across different records within NetSuite transactions, you can actually memorize them. So if I click on that memorize button right here, say I have a recurring journal entry for maybe rent, or once again for my payroll, I can click on memorize, and this will bring me to my memorized journal entry page, where I have the ability to create a template so that the system creates a template, but I still need to approve it. It creates an automatic journal entry for me, or even creates a reminder on my dashboard so I know I have to come in here and create that journal entry. You've got the recurring dates here at the bottom. If maybe there's some custom dates that you need to add, you have the ability to do that. So you have a lot of flexibility around it. So now that we have a little look at this, let's have a look at what a chart of accounts looks like. I simply just go financial list and accounts. This is how our chart of accounts is set up. So if I just scroll down here to the bottom here, let's take the accounts receivable account, for example. You can see the type of account is, description, currency, NetSuite is multi-currency as well, and you can see the foreign currency balance and the currency balance here as well. If I ever wanted to create a new chart of account, simply click on new. If I want to create a new account, click on new and add the numbering convention that I might want to use. For example, here, the name of the account, if it's a sub account, so maybe it's a sub account of a cash account or checking account, the type of account it is, AR, AP, fixed assets, whatever it may be, the currency we're operating in, and then also the bank name, bank routing number if we need to add that. You also have the ability to restrict it by class, locations, subsidiaries as well, if need be. Now, let's also have a look at managing our accounting periods. Within NetSuite, it's a very simple way to do so. It's a check-by-checklist basis. NetSuite is a very big platform, so it does give you guidance and assistance on what you need to do in order to close out your period. So for example, it will let me know to go to my AR, lock that out, go to AP, and once you go through the motions of closing out these tasks, you will close out your period. Budgets within NetSuite are very simple to do so and very user-friendly. So if we just go here to financial lists and set up budgets, we can budget upon various things. So first of all, we'll choose our subsidiary, our financial year, the customer or project, if we want to budget on that, item, class, department, location, you have that ability to do so. And then here along the bottom, we can budget upon our different accounts. So let's just say we have a budgeted value of 20 million for our sales account. We have 10 million for our cost of goods sold, 5 million for our finished goods, and then maybe 12 million for our expenses across the year. And all we need to do here is distribute this, and NetSuite automatically distributes it across those 12 months for us. And we can click on save. So that is us creating a budget really quickly and simply. You do have a report for this. So if I go to reports here, go to our budget versus actual, we can see the report on our budget here, how much we've budgeted on, the amount that came out, and the amount over budget we are. So maybe if we do it to this fiscal year here, we can get some more information. like so. So we can see our sales, the budget amount, and the amount over budget we are directly from there. Now, the last thing to talk about really quickly is bank reconciliation and how that's done within NetSuite. So if I just switch over to my admin role here, and I will bring up my bank reconciliation summary portlet. On the left-hand side here, you'll see your account names that you have within NetSuite, the account balance, the last reconciled balance, the last time it was reconciled on, bank balance, and the balance as of date. On the right-hand side, it'll let you know how many items you have to match. In our case here, we have 7. And on the left-hand side here, you will have all your imported bank data. You have the ability to manually import your bank data, or via the NetSuite suite app called Bank Feeds, NetSuite can automatically bring in your bank data for you automatically. And you can start searching up for certain names, certain amounts, and you can match those up very simply. So for example, if we take this payment here and this one here, you can see how we can match it up. If there's any other charges, deposits, or journal entries that we need to add, you have the ability to do so. NetSuite does also allow you to run reconciliation rules, which actually matches your bank data automatically for you. So you can see here the system rules that will match the data by transaction number, by amount, but you can also add your new rule, which is a custom rule that you want to add for yourself. The last thing I would like to show here as well, if we just go back to the controller rule, out of the box what you will get is something called Cash 360. This is another NetSuite application. As the name implies, it gives you a 360 view of your cash flow. So we can see our predictive income and outcome of our cash. So first things first, you'll see your cash position here on the top right hand side, your bank balance, your receivables, and your payables. And you also get a cash forecast broken down by weeks. So you can see the week of, what the inflow, what the outflow is, and also the forecast for you. On the left hand side here, you also have a cash forecast table, which is broken down into a little bit more information for you, and where all those numbers are actually getting pulled from. And once again, you have those hyperlinks if you need to go to those transactions to see what's making up that total amount. And then lastly, along the bottom here, you have your preferences. So you can see what the forecasting period is as well. You can choose specific accounts that you want to add to the forecast as well, if need be.